Okay, I think we can move on to next up from Deepak. So he's gonna talk about his paper that he has published for finding smallest route using parallel computing. Deepak can tell us more. Over to Deepak.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Uh, Thanks everyone for joining. Today's session, I'll try to make it as interactive as possible because um, my aim is to teach you at least one of the methods and help you retain at least one of the methods so that it will help you in the future. So, the research revolves around graph theory, in which we are finding all the edges on any smallest route connecting two given nodes in a directed acyclic graph. So let's understand what directed acyclic graph is. So if you can see this graph, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So directed acyclic graph, as the name says, it has a directed edges. So they are unidirectional edges. As you can see, suppose if we consider this edge, then it goes from S to Y. So S is the source here and D is the destination. Acyclic means there won't be any cycle in this graph. There won't be. Uh, you can try to check it. And weighted means that each edge will have a particular weight. So in this case, if we consider an edge between Y and X, then that edge weight is 3. So this is what directed acyclic graph means. Now the problem statement is we want to find all the edges that lie on any smallest root. So can anyone tell me what is the smallest route between source to destination? So we'll try to be as interactive as possible so that you folks can retain something from this session. So if anyone wants to try.
So do you mean by number of edges or a weight? So like graph also have a weight for every edge. Like
Yeah, I mean, you can you point out to any shortest route from S to D,
S X Z D.
S X Z D X
right?
Y W D.
Right, and there is one more.
SXWD.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
correct. So there are 3 paths here, and all those paths are being marked in red color. So the yeah. So the thing is, we want to find all the set of all these edges, which are marked red here, right? So this will be the edge between S and X will be the part of our set. Likewise, XZ is a part of our set. Likewise, SY is a part of our set, and further. So, do you all understand the problem statement, right? The problem statement is clear. Okay. So let's move on. So, I mean, if anyone wants to try a brute force approach for this problem, what could be the brute force approach? You can come up with any approach. Go on. I mean, this is the way you can retain things.
iteratively reach to the connecting nodes till the destination reaches, and just count the length of a path, and then just find out at the end, find out all the shortest path.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So the brute force approach is finding all the paths. You need to compute all the paths between the source to the destination. Then you have to sort them, get the shortest paths, and iterate each path and get the unique nodes. Right? Clear until here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this approach has an issue. So can anyone tell me what's the issue here? Right? Go on.
Computing time.
Yes. Yes. So can you be more specific on computing time? Why you chose to answer computing time?
Because it has to basically traverse through S2D and through the multiple paths, and it has to find all the relative distances from S2D.
Right. I mean, right. So the number of paths is the issue here. If there are exponential number of paths, then the solution won't work, because as you saw, we are computing all the paths and then sorting them. So as the number of paths can be exponential, even if you apply the best sorting algorithm, it won't work, because it will still take p log p time, and p is an exponential number here. So to give you an example of such a graph, like neural net is a very famous example for such things. So if you can see here, S is the source and T is the destination. While we add each layer, so these are the layers, the number of paths will grow exponentially by the multiple of 3. So if there was only just this layer, then there would have been 3 paths. Now because of this layer, there are 9 paths. Because of this layer, there are 27. So even if this graph looks very tiny, but number of paths can grow exponential by the order of 3. Clear until here? Do you have any question? Okay, so let's move on. So I mean, then one question will arise in your mind is, then why compute all the paths, right? So we want to get the edges from the shortest paths only. Then what is the need to compute all the paths? And that question is correct. We should not be looking at all the paths and only focusing on those paths which are the shortest ones. So yeah. So the next solution is, we can only compute the smallest ones, right? But again the question is, what if all the paths are shortest ones? There can be a graph possible in which every path is the shortest, so each path length will be same, each route will be having same length from source to destination. And example for that is a very simple graph. As you can see, this graph from U to V, and these O's are nodes here. So in this graph, if all the edge weights are 1 or equal, then you choose any path. All paths are the shortest ones, all of them, right? So even if see the beauty of the nature. Even if this looks like a very simple graph for us, but the number of paths are exponential, and all path lengths are same to reach from source to destination. So this theory, I mean, computing paths, I mean, just we contradicted our theory that we should be only focusing on shortest paths. So I mean, how will you solve this problem? And so Floyd-Warshall algorithm will come to our rescue. So just if in case you don't know Floyd-Warshall, what it does is that it computes all pair shortest paths. So if there is a graph, and what it does is that वो हर दो नोड्स के बीच का शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ्स निकालेगा, हर दो नोड्स के बीच का. So we will make use of this beautiful mathematical equation, that is S is the source here and D is the destination here, right? So and E is E of UV, and modulus of that represents the edge weight of the edge between node U and node V. So इसमें क्या किया है, देखो एकदम सिंपल है कि S2D का डिस्टेंस मुझे पता चल गया पहले ही, शॉर्टेस्ट मैंने जब फ्लॉयड-वार्शल लगाया तो S2D का मुझे डिस्टेंस पता चल गया. So now what I'll do is check each and every edge UV. Check each and every edge UV such that it qualifies this mathematical equation. That is, अगर S से U का डिस्टेंस प्लस दिस एज वेट प्लस V से D का डिस्टेंस, अगर S से D का डिस्टेंस को मैच होता है तो that edge qualifies in the shortest path. Clear until here? Any doubts? Because this is very important to understand, and then इस पे बेस्ड है थोड़ा सा ऑप्टिमाइजेशन आगे वाला.
Hey Deepak, I didn't understand. Can you explain it again, please?
या श्योर. सो फ्लॉयड-वार्शल क्या करता है, हर दो नोड्स के बीच का शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस निकाल के रख देगा, राइट? बाय दैट एल्गोरिथम देन यू विल आल्सो गेट शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द सोर्स एंड डेस्टिनेशन. तो अभी हम क्या करेंगे, हर एज के लिए ना, हर एज ई के लिए यूवी सपोज वेरिएबल है, तो हम चेक करेंगे कि वो ये इक्वेशन को फॉलो करता है कि नहीं. सपोज एस टू यू का डिस्टेंस, दिस एस टू यू का डिस्टेंस प्लस एज वेट यूवी प्लस वी से डी का डिस्टेंस, अगर एस और डी के डिस्टेंस के बराबर है तो वो एज शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ पे लाई करता है. बिकॉज हमें एस और डी का ये पता है कि ये जो डिस्टेंस है ये शॉर्टेस्ट है, जो हमें फ्लॉयड-वार्शल ने ऑलरेडी दे के रखा है.
तो ऑलरेडी कैसे दिया?
हमने फ्लॉयड-वार्शल एल्गोरिथम पहले अप्लाई किया है.
अच्छा, वो अप्लाई करके हो चुका है मतलब.
राइट. So first we applied Floyer-Warshall algorithm, and then check for each edge that if it qualifies this equation. So dist हमने पहले ही compute करके रखे हुए हैं. ये dist का अगर 2D array है तो this is already computed.
So our aim is not to find the shortest path. We already have that.
Yeah, shortest path we already have. We want to
find the edges, which
edges.
lie on the shortest path. Okay.
Right. So
what is the complexity of Floyd-Warshall algorithm?
Yeah. So it's coming in the next slide. So
And one more thing, like why can't we use just so like that also compute the shortest path between two nodes?
exactly,
Right.
it's coming further. Yeah, so the time complexity of this Floyd-Warshall algorithm, and to check if each edge qualifies this equation, is then O of n cube for the Floyd-Warshall algorithm and m to check each edge. So m is the number of edges here and n is the number of nodes. So ये n cube जो है वो Floyd-Warshall के लिए लग जाएगा, m के लिए लगेगा. m क्यों लग रहा है यहाँ पे कि हम each edge के लिए चेक कर रहे हैं ये कंडीशन, each uv के लिए हम चेक करेंगे ये वाली कंडीशन. right?
Doesn't Floyd Warshall also give you the edges because it knows the shortest path?
It knows the shortest path, but you have to check for each and every edge, right? कि ये सच में है क्या इसके अंदर.
Then how did Floyd Warshall come to the shortest path?
See, Floyd Warshall कोई भी दो नोड्स के बीच का देगा. We are interested
अच्छा,
for the edges between S and D. Focus on those edges which lie on the shortest path that connect S and D.
But it has to traverse, right? I also have the same question. It will still have to traverse all the nodes and
Exactly.
come up with an addition of their lengths, right?
Exactly. तो हम पहले फ्लॉयड वॉर्शल एल्गोरिथम लगा चुके हैं.
No, but when you are applying Floyd Warshall, you can just like collect all the nodes if that path happens to be short, right? Then you don't need to do this again.
How
When-
will you? Yeah, at the runtime, how will you check that the edge is lying on the shortest path?
I don't know, some kind of what do you call that?
you can mark it now when you are
Yeah.
finding
So the thing is, I'll tell you from source to जब भी हम destination के towards traverse कर रहे हैं. Suppose I'll take this graph. From source to suppose हम यहाँ तक आ गए, हमें इस लेयर तक हमें ये पता चल गया कि सोर्स टू यहाँ तक के शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ हमें पता चल गए. लेकिन वी डोंट नो अबाउट द फ्यूचर, सो वी कांट डिसाइड कि ये आगे वाले एजेस इसमें आए, ये मतलब ये पीछे वाले एजेस सच में लाई करेंगे क्या शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ में, क्योंकि हमने अब तक फ्यूचर नहीं देखा है. अगर हमको यहाँ तक के डिस्टेंस पता है रन टाइम पे, जब हम फ्लॉयड वॉर्शल लगा रहे, अब यहाँ तक पहुंच गए, तो हमें यहाँ तक के डिस्टेंसेस भी पता है यहाँ के, बट वी डोंट नो अबाउट द फ्यूचर एजेस कि भाई ये एज कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा क्या उस शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ में. ये एजेस, ये जो पीछे वाला एजेस है, वी आर एंड श्योर. सो हमने क्या किया, पहले ही निकाल के रख दो भाई सब नोड्स के बीच का डिस्टेंस. सब नोड्स के बीच का डिस्टेंस एक बार निकाल देंगे, देन हमें एस और टी का डिस्टेंस भी पता है. नाउ जस्ट वी हैव टू चेक दैट हर एज के लिए क्या वो ये मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन फॉलो करता है. सपोज अगर ये नोड है, सपोज ये नोड है, दिस इज द नोड, सो व्हाट आई विल चेक इज ये एज एंड डिस्टेंस. ओके, सो UV, right? Okay, so let's check for this edge. This is the first node and this is the second node. So S to first node, then first to second node, and then second node to T. अगर ये distance होगा shortest path between S to T, then we will consider this 1 to 2 का जो भी edge है वो shortest path पे lie करता है. अभी भी डाउट है तो अभी भी पूछ लो, नहीं तो आगे का नहीं समझेगा.
Deepak, I had one doubt.
Yeah.
If we are taking the distance of each and every node, मतलब हर नोड से हर नोड का डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, तो व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ ब्रूट फोर्स एंड फ्लॉयड वॉर्शन?
तो या
इन ब्रूट फोर्स आल्सो वी विल बी डूइंग द सेम थिंग, राइट? सब
ब्रूट फोर्स में वी आर कंप्यूटिंग एवरी पाथ. सो
But no, Floyd Warshall will also compute every path for you, right? And then you will do it multiple times.
okay, so Floyd Warshall will not compute every path for me. Floyd Warshall is an optimization wherein you only compute distances between the nodes, not all the paths.
That's okay, but if you are like applying Floyd Warshall on every node between every two nodes, then it's essentially the same as
Okay,
brute force, right?
okay. I'm not applying Floyd Warshall on every two node. Floyd Warshall on graph for once. Floyd Warshall is applied on the graph for once, and it automatically gives me distance between every two nodes.
Okay, so the output is a table.
Yes, it's a 2D table. I should have explained it. yeah, it's a 2D table as you can see here. So it's a 2D table, it's a 2D array here. जो SU का मतलब है कि सोर्स टू, सपोज हम एज UV एज के लिए चेक करेंगे तो S to U का मतलब है कि वो हम ऑलरेडी कंप्यूट कर चुके हैं S to U का डिस्टेंस. लाइकवाइज V to D का डिस्टेंस ऑलरेडी कंप्यूट कर चुके हैं, S to D का डिस्टेंस भी ऑलरेडी कंप्यूट कर चुके हैं. Then for every edge we are checking this condition. Okay.
So Deepak, I think what I'm understanding is Clyde-Warshall algorithm is just limited or designed to just give the distances. So anything we have to do with the finding the shortest path, we'll have to do either modify that algorithm or build on top of that. Like people are having questions that if that algorithm gives the shortest distance, shortest distance between the any two nodes, we can like do we can find the shortest path in that algorithm itself. But this algorithm is just limited to give only distances and not the path.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. As I said earlier, yeah. So this algorithm only gives you distances between any two nodes. Nothing tells. Yeah,
But it gives you shortest distance.
yeah. So clear until now, right? क्योंकि इसी के बेस्ड पे अगला ऑप्टिमाइजेशन है जो मनोज ने प्रपोज किया है. Why won't we use Dijkstra? So, I mean, how to optimize it further? We have the answer. We can use Dijkstra twice. So, if we are only interested between source and destination, then why use an algorithm which is involving all the nodes? So, Dijkstra क्या करेगा कि सोर्स टू एवरी नोड का एक डिस्टेंस दे देगा हमें. सोर्स पे स्टार्ट होके हर एक नोड को एंड होने तक एक डिस्टेंस देगा, राइट? Imagine Dijkstra in your minds that it will give you the distance, the shortest distance from source to every node. So can anyone tell me how many distances will you get in Dijkstra?
The number of nodes in the graph.
Exactly. No. So yeah. So it's the number of nodes. From starting from source, I want to compute shortest distance to every other node.
Okay.
Right? So those will be n distances. एक linear array मिलेगा. And then anyone can tell me ये Dijkstra हमने चलो सोर्स से लगा दिया, अब दूसरा वाला Dijkstra हम कैसे लगाएंगे? Opposite, exactly. So what we will do is we will reverse the edges and apply Dijkstra from destination to source. So is everyone with me until now?
So this graph is acyclic, right? So why we need to do the inverse?
Acyclic है anyways, मतलब it's just a way of solving the problem in more optimized way.
Okay.
So this method is just an optimized method over the previous method. That's it.
So it's an alternate method, right? It's not like you are doing this and then you are
No,
using
no.
Dijkstra
Yeah.
for.
Okay, so this is an optimized method.
It's a
to
completely
the-
different method.
Yeah, correct.
Approach to. Okay.
Approach to, correct.
Okay.
So as you folks said, from source to destination हम एक बार Dijkstra लगाएंगे, from destination to source एक बार Dijkstra लगाएंगे. So as you can see here, ये थोड़ा सा similar दिखता है ये mathematical equation, but देखो इसमें कि मैंने यहाँ पे curly brace use किया है. So this is a linear array. What dist of S tells me, dist of S of U tells me the distance from source to any other node. So suppose अगर suppose one is the source, then dist of one, ये एक array है मेरे पास, दो array बनेंगे राइट हमारे पास, क्योंकि हम दो बार डायक्स्ट्रा लगा रहे हैं. I'll write it here. This one will be the first array, and this is the suppose our nth. ये दो array बनेंगे राइट. Are you guys following? ये array हमें क्या देगा? It's just a notation. array का नाम है ये, और one is the source, और ये दूसरा array है, ये array का notation है, n is the destination. So what first array will give me the shortest path from one to all other nodes, और ये दूसरा array क्या देगा मुझे? shortest path from the destination to all other nodes. जब मैं edges reverse कर दूंगा तब, right? Following?
Yeah.
Okay. So likewise, what we have to do is, for every edge, check if it follows this equation. कि अगर distance from S to U plus edge weight of UV, जो edge हम check कर रहे हैं, plus distance of destination to V is same as distance of source to destination. एकदम same equation है, लेकिन इस बार we have optimized what? We have optimized in computing these distances from source to all other nodes or destination to all other nodes. But in this case, this is a 1D array. ये समझ में आ रहा है क्या?
Deepak, I have one question.
Yeah.
So in this, you get the two arrays, but then there are these two arrays for each node in the graph, right?
Exactly.
Because there is U as well in between S and B. So
Right.
there will be more U's, and for each U involved in the graph, you have that two array.
Right.
Am I
So dist one कैसे दिखेगा देखो. अभी यहाँ पे तो I cannot explain. Okay. I'll try to. अब देखो dist one जो है ना, वो कैसा दिखेगा? Suppose we have 5 nodes. Then 2 के लिए suppose shortest distance 3 था. 3 तक पहुंचने के लिए 16 था. 4th node के लिए 34 था distance, और 5th node के लिए पहुंचने तक 67 था. तो 1 से 2 तक पहुंचने के लिए डिस्टेंस 3 है. 1 से 3 तक पहुंचने के लिए शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस 16 है. 1 से 4 तक पहुंचने के लिए शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस 34 है, और 1 से 5 तक पहुंचने के लिए शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस 67 है. सो ये ऐसा दिखेगा लीनियर एरे डिस्ट 1. नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड?
Correct. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I think we got this thing.
Okay.
My question was next to this. So there are S, U, and V, right? S is source, D is the destination. So, but
Right.
there are U and V as well. So,
Right.
are you going to
So U and V is the variable.
calculate this a single vector for U and V as well, or just for S and D?
Only for S and D. I only will compute these two things. Dijkstra will give me only these two things. The first Dijkstra will give me this thing, and the second Dijkstra will give me this thing. Right? And loop में मैं क्या चेक करूंगा? लूप लगा के कि हर UV के लिए चेक करूंगा, हर UV के लिए कि ये इक्वेशन फॉलो करता है क्या?
Okay.
एकदम सिमिलर टू द प्रीवियस अप्रोच. Right? Previously, we were involving all the nodes for unnecessarily. This time, what we did is only involve S and D and check for all the edges. So उससे complexity reduce कर दी हमने Dijkstra लगा के, as Manoj suggested. So n cube से देखो complexity किधर आ गया है? m log n पे आ गया complexity. थोड़ा सा और ऑप्टिमाइज कर दिया हमने.
Deepak, hold on, but how do you get the distance between U and V? Because you have just
Yeah,
calculated between S and
yeah,
D,
right.
right?
तो हमें
And D and S.
ओके, सो एज वेट हमें पता है ना पहले. दीज आर द एज वेट्स, आई नो देम. यूवी के बीच में सपोज आई कंसिडर एस एंड एक्स एज यूवी. एस इज यू एंड एक्स इज वी. देन हमें एज वेट पता है ऑलरेडी, हमने स्टोर करके रखा है मैप में. हेलो.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we have already the edge weights. We don't need to compute them. Just check in the main memory. That's it. So अभी भी कोई डाउट है क्या, पूछ लो.
How did you use the second array which is reversed?
Okay. So what I did is I reversed these edges. अगर ये edges
Yeah.
मैं reverse कर दूंगा तो I'll start from D, right? And in this equation I'm using this reverse array in this equation. First I'm using this normal wala, and then here I am using this reverse wala array
Okay, got
in
it.
the same equation. और सेम इक्वेशन का कमाल देखो, मतलब ये भी यूज कर सकते हो और ये भी यूज कर सकते हो, क्योंकि डिस्ट ये दोनों जो भी क्वांटिटीज है ना, सॉरी दिस वंस, ये वाली और ये वाली दोनों सेम है. जो आरएचएस है दोनों इक्वेशंस का वो सेम है, राइट? सो clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the second approach. I won't be explaining you the best approach for this, but let's move on to the applications part for now. तो applications क्या है भाई, use क्या है, नहीं तो ऐसे ही बना दिया कुछ भी. तो I'll be giving you one of the famous applications which is believed that secret service used. तो जो भी प्रेसिडेंशियल मोटरकेड होता है ना, उनका सोर्स और डेस्टिनेशन जब फिक्स होता है, बट उनका जो भी रास्ता वो लेते हैं, तो वो रन टाइम पे वो लोग डिसाइड करते हैं कि हमें कौन सा रास्ता लेना है. सो इट वाज बिलीव्ड दैट सीक्रेट सर्विस यूज दिस एल्गोरिथम्स लाइक दिस. सो जब भी प्रेसिडेंट ट्रैवल करता है, हमें पता होता है कि वो इन 2-3 रोड से जाने वाला है, या फिर आता भी नहीं है वहां से, बट वो 2-3 जो एजेस होते हैं ना, दोस कैन लाई ऑन द शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ. तो वो रन टाइम पे कैलकुलेट होता है कि अब हमें इस रास्ते से जाना है अभी. So this is one of the most famous applications. For other applications, अभी starter pack में तो इतना ही मिलेगा. And so if you want to see more interesting applications, I request you to read this paper. I'll be sharing the link of this paper on the programming channel. Currently it's not open access, it's a closed access, but if you can access it, well and good. Make use of the institutional access if you have. So अभी पिछली बार हमने क्या किया कि हमने क्या किया, 2 बार BFS लगाया, राइट? Dijkstra is just something over BFS, right? So most optimized approach में मैंने क्या किया है कि हम एक बार BFS लगाएंगे और एक बार DFS लगाएंगे. And then you will get to see in the paper. But for now, I want to discuss how you can parallelize things. So can anyone try to parallelize this algorithm in which we used Dijkstra twice? अगर हम डायक्स्ट्रा ट्वाइस यूज कर रहे हैं तो कुछ तो पैरेललिज्म सोचो इसमें कि हम पैरेललिज्म का यूज कैसे कर सकते हैं. क्या पैरेललाइज कर सकते हैं हम?
You can select some like between nodes and compute time source to between node and between two destinations, and you can compute this in parallel on the given graph.
हाँ, ओके. ये थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है बट आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग एकदम एकदम सिंपल वाला सॉल्यूशन, एकदम सिंपल वाला. अगर मैं एक बार सोर्स से डेस्टिनेशन ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ और एक बार डेस्टिनेशन से सोर्स ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ तो इसमें कुछ पैरेलाइज कर सकता हूँ क्या?
If a graph have a midpoint means like the single point where like all the edges are missing. It can be a middle point for parallel. Right?
Exactly. Very good. This can be one approach, but more simpler than that.
So, Deepak, maybe you can run the both the like from source to destination and destination to source in that.
Exactly. This is the most simplest parallelism which I can apply. कि मैं सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन जाना है और डेस्टिनेशन टू सोर्स आना है तो वो दोनों चीजें मैं पैरेलली कर सकता हूँ सेपरेट थ्रेड्स पर. So I mean, so and in the paper I have discussed how to parallelize the most efficient approach for this as well. So I mean, what I am expecting from you folks is that I'm requesting you folks to go and please read this paper. I'll make a free version of this paper available to you folks. Suggest me what you couldn't understand, what could have been better, and I'm requesting you all folks to share this research on various platforms. And thank you folks for giving me a chance.
So Deepak, what is the complexity of your approach? तो आपने नहीं बताया.
Okay, so complexity of this approach is like I eliminate this m log n wala feature. I eliminate this 2 and I eliminate this m.
So it still is like n plus m log n.
Yes.
But it's same, na? M log
Yeah,
n or
exactly.
m like same.
Exactly. The time complexity is same, but आपने टाइम बचा लिया उतना कंप्यूट करने का टाइम. So in market, what I have learned is that you have to be very aggressive in selling your algorithm. थोड़ा भी optimization अगर मैं लगा पा रहा हूँ तो I'll use that approach and then I'll sell it. This is what I have learned. And using parallel computing, I have also reduced the time to compute the actual the edges.
What about the space requirements of this?
Okay, so I haven't concentrated on the space requirements. Space requirements are like the ones which are required for the algorithms. That's it. That is, you need to store all the edges.
Right.
That's it.
All the edges and those arrays.
Edge weights, yeah,
Two-
edge weights, yeah.
Two
And
times, twice the
exactly.
size of those.
Exactly. जो भी algorithm के लिए लगेगा. So there is no space optimization here, only time optimization, which I have carried. So yeah, I mean, yeah, still, yeah, go on. So you folks understand, right? मतलब एक तो method return कर पाओगे, right?
So does this complexity also include the complexity in which you generated this array? List of S to U and D to V.
Right, yeah. So देखो n plus m log n ना डायक्स्ट्रा के लिए लगेगा, डायक्स्ट्रा के लिए.
हाँ.
और हम डायक्स्ट्रा ट्वाइस लगा रहे हैं तो ये 2 ही है.
Okay.
और हम हर एज को एक बार ट्रैवर्स कर रहे हैं तो ये बाहर ये this one.
Okay.
Right? We are not worrying about space complexity here. वहाँ पे कोई ऑप्टिमाइजेशन नहीं है. टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी में ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. Okay, so still anyone has any question? तो चलो कोई एक बंदा समराइज कर दो कि क्या क्या अप्रोचेस थे. Then I'll understand that I am successful. So chalo, I think Vineet has asked much of the questions.
You want me to do what? Summarize?
Yeah. If you can summarize, then I'll understand that I am successful in explaining it.
So I think you talked about 3 methods, and the fourth is what is there in your paper.
Yeah.
And the first is the brute force, which is like the most expensive. And then you had the, I don't remember that Warshall algorithm. Yeah. And then that was a cubic.
Exactly.
And then there was this thing, Dijkstra applied twice,
Exactly.
which
Exactly,
was m log n.
Right. M log n. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So these were the 3 methods, and yeah. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a very insightful talk. Deepak. Thank you.
Stopping the recording.